back to the Diabetic Diet Show. Today's show is Tomato Chicken Pasta Spinach. It's show number 270, and this is one of my favorites. This is going to be so good. But before I get started, let me remind you, if you haven't seen my shows before, if you're on a computer in the lower right-hand corner right now, you'll see the subscribe button. By clicking on that, you'll see the word more below my video, and that will have the recipe, ingredients, and measurements on it. If you're on a cell phone, you just turn your cell phone up vertical, and then you'll see the word subscribe and more right below the video. So let's get started. We have a lot of stuff to cook. I have the oven preheating to 450 degrees. I have a saucepan with water, approximately half to 3/4 of water, closer to half than 3/4 so it doesn't boil over on you. I have that. The spinach is frozen and the chicken was frozen. So I'm throwing the spinach in the microwave. Depending on your microwave for how long you put it in, I'm going to try 3 minutes. Mine's a 750 watt. Chicken being frozen, I'm going to take a tin pan and I'm going to spray it with cooking oil. Pan. And then I have these that I'm going to cut up and I'm going to throw it in the new wave. I'm not going to do it here so I don't cross-contaminate. I wash my hands with dish soap, and I also use the bleach water dish soap squirt on my hands and on the scissors to clean them up. I put that in the new wave for about 10 minutes, and we'll check it out to see what they look like, and then we're going to be putting them in here in this pan. Let's go through the ingredients really fast. I have a tomato paste, about a half a can, this size, so the small can. Pasta, I'm using the Orzo Oregano, capers, onion. You can use red onion, white onion, you can even use Vandalia if you want. I have some sweet peppers. I have a chunk of mozzarella cheese, some garlic, and some cream cheese of your choice. Let's go ahead and get started on things. This is not quite boiling yet, it's getting close. Let's go ahead and cut up a few things. The onion, I'm slicing from root to top, and then I'm pitching half of it that I don't need. I like to keep them in these sealed containers. They're a little hard to latch, but I like to keep them in there. Then I'm going to cut off the one end. And get rid of the outer jacket canopy. This is a good fresh onion. I'm just going to make some cuts down this way. And then I'm going to cut across. And you see what I get? There's some people playing on motorcycles. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. It's a beautiful day, so I have the windows open. I don't run a hood fan over the top of me because it interferes with the microphones. Okay, there's some onions. Nice, fresh onions all cut up. Let's work on the garlic. Garlic, knock off the end, just like that. And it looks like we're going to get lucky on these, and the paper's coming right off. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes I have to put it in my plastic container and shake it. Just depends on the garlic. This one has a bad spot on it. If you can see the bad spot. You get that sometimes with a garlic or an onion or something, and just gotta cut it off, get rid of it. Then I have the water boiling now, so let's go ahead and put our pasta in. For the garlic, I have my very inexpensive internet slicer that I just love. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that nice and easy and fast? There's your garlic. That's all set and ready to go. Now, let's go ahead and check on the chicken, see how it's looking. I'm cooking this rice for about 7 minutes, and with the lid on it, it started to boil over. I turned it down, and I'm just giving it a quick stir. Now I'll turn it back up again. I have the wooden spoon in here at an angle, and I have the lid sitting there. We're going to put in a ½ cup of water. I sprayed the pan with Pam. I'm also going to pour in some olive oil. We're going to throw in the onions. The garlic. I put the spinach back in for another 3 minutes because it wasn't totally thawed after 3 minutes in the microwave. I heard it just beep now. I got a toothbrush I clean this thing up with. Okay, tomatoes, tomato peppers. Cut these up. Kind of bite size. You know, if I can do this, you can do this. I'm not a fancy chef. I'm just cooking dinner for Barb and I. Just following the directions that we wrote. Tomato paste. Tomato paste to stick. Cheese, oregano. Here's our oregano. Cheese. Sounds like the new wave just kicked off. Hopefully those chicken breasts are pre-cooked. Okay, the rice is done. It's a pretty fast meal. Pan here is getting hot. Take a few minutes to heat up that water and stuff, so I'm not going to put my cheese in just yet. I'll wait a couple minutes. The cheese and the cream cheese. Let's just park this right here for now. Okay, capers. Let's get a clean spoon. Capers are delicious. You don't have to use a lot of them. The other thing I like is currants. I like to use those sometimes on some recipes too. Currants are basically dehydrated raisins. Starting to boil. I want to cook those onions a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pull this steel spoon out of here. I'm going to stir the pasta. Right, I'm going to turn the pasta on again for a few minutes. I don't think it's quite done. Let's use a wooden spoon in my favorite frying pan here, rather than a steel spoon. You stir them, it lowers the temperature, slows them down a little bit. So while I was cleaning up, I dumped the water from the bowl with the spinach in this jar where I had my tomato paste, and I'm kind of using it to clean up the tomato paste, and then I'm saving it in case I have to put it in the pasta to dilute it in case it gets too thick. I'm also going to have applesauce with this meal, and with that I'm going to get a couple of these nice plastic containers. The smaller ones I bought a whole sleeve of them, and so I got a whole bunch of them, but these are the nice larger containers. You get them with cheeses and applesauce and stuff like that. So we'll have a couple of nice containers. You know, it's funny, I put my bowls and dishes and stuff in the dishwasher, but pretty much everything you saw me use earlier, with the exception of the bowl for the spinach, I washed all by hand. Because I wash all my pans and all my utensils and everything by hand. And I basically have everything all clean in the kitchen in 5 minutes while I'm waiting for this stuff to finish. Let's go ahead and check the chicken and see what it looks like. I need to make sure that this chicken is 165. It should be being in an oven like that. If not, we'll just cook it a little more. Yeah, 171. Alright, so this chicken is done. Let's go ahead, just toss it around like this, try to make a little bit of a mess. It's more fun to clean up when you have a mess. I'm the kind of guy that splashes. No matter what I do, I make a mess. Wow, that looks so good. With that cheese and everything melted, this is going to be so good. There we go. Okay, rice with spinach and garlic. We'll get the 2 plates here, ready? There we go, a nice spoonful. Right like that. I don't overload the dish for the first serving. You can always come back for more. I think it looks a little nicer if you do it this way. Well, here we go for an extremely delicious meal. I'm excited. It smells so good. I wish you were here that you could smell it. See how good it smells. But that's the meal. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.